everybody, it's me, Lisa T, RMT, coming at you with some positive energy. So this video today was inspired by one of my clients. I could be doing a video every day inspired by my clients, but so I apologize for not being more active on these, but it's coming step by step. So yeah, first of all, if you're liking these videos and if you want to see more, please hit the subscribe button. Simple, easy, doesn't cost you anything. Just hit the subscribe button, let me know that I'm out there helping people, and then you can get updates or you can get dings or whatever. It'll know when I posted a new video. So as I spoke about in one of my recent videos, I'm trying to evolve into more of my stretch work and breath work videos, and out of the self-love internal and into the self-love physical. So today's video is about the hips. So the hips are ignored by our system a lot. I usually start in the core with massages and move my way up or move my way down, and people are often like, oh, I didn't know that was there, or oh, what's that muscle, why is that tight? So people are feeling headaches, or people are feeling tight shoulders, or people are feeling knee pain or cat pain somewhere else on the peripheral, and the core issue is coming from the hips. So the hips also store a lot of our emotional stuff. So if you're going through a really tough week, or tough month or tough life, you're gonna end up getting some tightness and stuff in the hips, going on in the hips. It's inevitable. So let's stretch out those hips. Let's work on those hips. Now, in other videos, I've always tried to also make them short and sweet because I know people's attention spans are short these days with social media and scrolling and dinging and our phones, etc. So, but this video I'm going to try and do, I'll try and keep it short, but I'm also going to try and do as much real time so you can sit and follow along in real time with this one, not watch it and then try and do it. So, so working on the hips. Okay, so we want to stretch out the hips. Before you do that, before you go into this stretch session, you always want to I want to encourage people to take time. I invite you to take time to self-care and take a stretch session. I tell people, I did a wicked stretch session last night. Stretching doesn't happen in 5 minutes. A great stretch session should be 30 to 45 minutes. And I'm not going to do 30 to 45 minutes here, maybe 25 or so, but that's, you want to allot that time for yourself. And people will say, I don't have time. I treated someone recently for their very first time, and they actually almost canceled the appointment. And then I spoke to them and they said, yeah, I just don't have time. And I was like, come on, I'm going to give you some Lisa Mama Bear. We don't have time. You don't have time to take care of yourself. Well, you're going to be out in your world and you're going to be doing the things you do with pain in your body, with uncomfortable in your body. We want to do the things we do and do what we love with a feeling of freedom in our own bodies, right? So take the 30 minutes. Oh my gosh, take 30 minutes for your freaking self. Do a good stretch session. Even if you just do this once a week, you're going to benefit from it. And when you've done a good stretch session and you've got that in your routine, once a week, then 15-20 minutes is going to suffice. And then when you're doing that regularly, you can cut it down. And when you're doing daily stretches, 10 minutes is great. But once a week, we do want to give a thorough stretch. It's like going for a good massage. So, okay, there's my speech. There's my get it to you speech. So the hips, okay, the hips. So the hips hold a lot of emotion. So before you get into a stretch session, that's why I spoke about that. Before you get into a stretch session, you want to recognize, I'm holding stuff here. I'm holding mental, emotional stuff in here. That's why it's tight. It's tight because it's overused. It's tight because we're not stretching. It's tight because we're not self-caring. But it's also tight because, I always say, life is a cake. It's a bunch of different things. A problem is a bunch of different things. A solution is also a bunch of different things. It's a cake. It's a little bit of sugar, a little bit of salt, a couple of eggs, a cup of milk. So our self-care is a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a cup of this, a cup of that, one of these, one of those. And so recognizing too, when we're doing our stretch sessions, that we've been, overusing it, not stretching enough, but also recognize that there's an emotional piece to this. And that's why after a good stretch session, you're going to lay down and relax and just sleep. It's like a good massage because the tension comes out, the emotional tension. Stuff has to get expressed. what comes at us on a daily basis, that our emotions, our feelings, it's got to get expressed. I've done way back when I did a video on anger, and we've got to express that anger. Anger is a healthy emotion. Now, we're not going to go yell at someone, but we might need to go home and punch a punching bag, or scream into a pillow, or tell someone who's not involved in the situation, tell them how angry you are. Not that you're going to act on it, but you got it. That stuff has to be expressed. And if it's not expressed, it gets held in the body. And that's where, that stress getting held in the body turns into cancer and irritable bowel syndrome and, allergies. And, there are the immune system. The immune system, it's known that the immune system is emotions or molecules of emotion. Molecules of emotion. The immune system is like, that is bad, get it out. This is good, keep it. Like our system does that too. That's bad, I don't want that in my life. That's good, I'll take some more of that. So when we're not expressing, stuff gets held in our body. It can get held here, held here, like in your arm and wherever. But the hips is a core root spot. It's like if you can imagine a tree on a lake, on the excuse me, on the visual of a lake. So the landscape. So you're going to see the tree above water, and then you're going to see the reflection in the water of the tree, right? So that right there, that base, it goes up and it goes down. So imagine your body's like that right here. So that's the base, that's the water line. And yeah, so we want to get some stuff out of that core. Okay, so there's some background. So before you go into your stretch session, remember, just remind yourself, be aware that I'm going to be releasing some emotion here. That's great. If we don't express it like verbally or like that, then we can stretch it out as well to let it go. It's about letting it go, getting it out. Okay, so let's get into action here. So the hips. So there's glute muscles. So we have 3 glute muscles. So there's our side glute muscle. So it's our little mini glute muscle, and it actually that hip bone, that front hip bone that we all have right here, that curved hip bone. The glute min, the smallest glute muscle, is right in there. Now, what it does is it bends our knee. It bends our knee up. So if you're sitting all day, then that muscle is in shortened position. And if we sit and sit and sit and sit and sit, muscles are like puppies. They're like, okay, what do you want me to do? So if we sit like that for 8 hours a day, the muscle says, oh, you want me to be this size. So then when we go to stand up, people talk about when I get up from a chair, I feel pain. Well, that's one of the culprits right there. So we want to stretch that out. We want to stretch out, there's another glute muscle, the glute med. So it goes in the middle. So it goes from here to here, to that, down to this outer bone, from up here in your butt. So that mid, so it's med, so it's in the middle. And then the max is a big one that goes over the whole, covers all of this area. We misuse it. We misfire. We're not using our bodies properly because no one ever told us how to. No one ever taught us. They're like, oh, she's walking, yay. No, our parents never said, now engage your glute and use your thigh and heel to toe. Like, no one told us. They're just excited we walked all on our own, right? So we're misusing these muscles, and then they get tight. The medium one, especially that middle one, especially, it's more of a direction. It's like a fine motor movements, right? So it's more like turning it to the left a little, turning your body to the right a little, but we end up using it as a power muscle. The glute max, the big one, is supposed to be the power, but we use the middle one. We end up using the middle one for power and for movements. So it gets overused. So it's because it's doing a job that's not its main job. It's doing a job that's not its main job. So it's taking on 2 jobs, like someone at the workforce. When a guy is sick and you got to take on their job that day, it's too much. It's a lot of work, right? So when we're doing that over and over and over, it's going to get worn out. It's going to get tired. And then the way that a muscle lets us know enough is enough, body, enough is enough, Lisa, or enough is enough, Tom, or enough is enough, Nita. The way that the body does that is it goes, and it says, fine, I'm not going to move. I'm not going to move anymore. And it tightens and spasms, or you get your tight chronic muscle, okay? So we want to stretch those guys out, the medium one especially, and that mid one, the small one. Okay, so classic stretch that most people know is I like to call it the 4-hole. So you're crossing one leg over the knee, right? And you're going to lay on your back, and you're going to be pulling. You're using this leg is your torque or your power. So that leg is pushing the other leg into the body. You want this leg to be loosey-goosey. This leg is all loosey-goosey. So we're crossing over, back is relaxed, neck is relaxed. You're not up like this. You want to be totally like limp in the in your top torso part of your body. And then you power again with this leg. This leg is the power leg, powering you towards your body. So you're pulling this knee towards the body. Now, if you're good like me and you can get a lot of stretch, then you can grab onto your knee and pull it. So pulling it towards the body. You can also push this knee out. So you're creating like this kind of a torque in the hip. So what's happening is down here, the stretch is happening down here, but we use this as a lever to torque it. Okay, so torque, not torque. Okay, so we're gonna hold for 1, 2, 3, breathe, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Now you can start to, even after about 15, 16 seconds, you're gonna wanna give up, and that's when you can actually bring this knee even more, push even more. 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, you can push here, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yay. Okay, so now key coming out of a stretch is nice and slow. So you're letting this knee, this is the knee holding, this knee's loosey-goosey, this leg is not doing anything, this leg is your power leg, and it's slowly letting that leg come back to neutral. You don't want to come out of stretches fast. You want to come out nice and gentle, slowly. And then you can slowly take that leg down, and then you want to shake it out. Okay? So now the other side. So crossing that leg over, and you can also adjust like this. That's going to stretch it, that much crossed. If you're just this much crossed, that's going to stretch it. That's going to stretch different fibers. Say the muscle is just this. You're going to stretch this part, then this part, then this part. So different fibers of that muscle, depending on how far you cross your leg over. So whatever feels, if you feel it, that's the key with stretching too, is feel it. You want to feel what I described. Feel that area, that section of your glute. You want to feel that piece stretching. And your body will let you know, oh, that's the spot, because you're gonna feel the tension. It's gonna feel like you got it, like it needs a stretch, like it doesn't stretch as easy as, say you cross your leg, nope, no problem there. Nope, I don't feel anything there. And then you cross it here and you're like, oh yeah, now I feel it, right? So that's where you want to go. So we're gonna, again, remember you're pushing in with this leg is cranking it in. I'm gonna use this hand on the knee, pushing that knee out, and then pulling this knee in, okay? Or even pulling this leg in. Actually, when I do it, I'm using this to stabilize for me, because I'm a good stretcher, so I'm actually pulling my foot this way and pushing my knee that way. So torque, getting that hip really stretched out. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's only 10 seconds of your life. Oh my God. All right. And 15, 16 people usually want to give up. That's when you want to give an extra little push into the stretch, a little deepen the stretch, deepen it. So put a little more push, and you're not going to hurt yourself. You're just intensifying the stretch, and feel it. And then remember, let go of your shoulders. Be aware of where your neck is at. Everything in your neck, relax your shoulders, relax your back, relax all of that. The only thing powering is the knee that's pushing, this leg that's pushing. That's your only powering, and your arms that are giving the torque. 27, 28, 29, 30, and then again, slowly come out and slowly drop it, and then you want to just shake your bum, shake it off. Okay, so now that alone, so if you can do different positions. So you do one knee, that you do 30 seconds there, then 30 seconds with your leg there, 30 seconds fully crossed. Different ways you can cross over too. So I'll give you this angle. So you can be pulling straight in like this. So this knee straight in, or maybe you pull it a little bit this way. So your pull is coming this way. You're going to get a different stretch that way. Different stretch if you pull it this way. So this one stretch here, you could do it in like 4 different you know, 4 different angles, 4 different sections. And there you're getting a major awesome glute stretch for yourself. And you do that in the 20 minutes later and you've had an amazing glute stretch, okay? So yeah, you shake it off. So you do that, all that part. Okay, so that's gonna be for your glute med, the middle one. Next, we're gonna stretch the glute min. So for this one, you wanna cross your leg. Again, it's about crossing the leg. And for this one, we're going to be leaning forward into the stretch, okay? So you're crossing the leg and we're using our hands as levers, as supporters, as torquers to give it torque. So I'm for me, because I'm flexible, I'm gonna really push this knee down. And you might wanna, I'm a little bit bony, so I'm gonna get a little pad here, Gordy's toy. Thanks, Gordy. And I can put that underneath my knee, or underneath my ankle on top of the knee to give it a little support. You could use maybe a pillow even. See if that works. Yeah, that works too. It's got to be thin because you want this position. It's not about having it up here. It's about having it here. Okay. I even could support myself like this. So I put my foot on my arm and that supports that part. Okay. And then we're holding here, not pushing, but holding, supporting, okay? And then you lean forward. Oh, and I can feel it right in that hip joint, right in here, right where the leg meets the torso, okay? So, holding that, supporting my foot with my arm, like this, and then on the leg, this one supporting here, and it's about keeping your back straight. We're trying to get that jackknife at the hip joint, the jackknifing. So the torso and your legs, my upper body and my lower body, it's like a jackknife. Okay, we want to keep that nice and straight there. We're not rolling our backs. We're not rolling our backs. We're keeping it nice and straight. So straight back. Oh, okay, so lean into it and breathe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Breathe. Breathe. You want to be able to start like really relax yourself into it. Relax into it. Relax into it. So you're not holding, trying to push, you know, it's letting yourself flop into it, and you should feel it right in that joint, in like where the hip and the torso. Where are we at? What do you think? 25, 24, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. And come out of it nice and slowly. Okay? And then the other side. So let's do it in real time. This is how it goes. So again, you're crossing your leg. So what I do is I support my foot on my arm there, and then my arm on my shin. Gotta do it so it doesn't hurt your knee. It hurts my knee a little bit, the bone on my ankle, so I gotta support it. Okay, and then I'm giving myself some support here on this knee, and straight forward. Straight forward. So the way to do that too is get your chin to poke out. So stretching your neck out, head up, facing in front of you, and leaning forward, and breathe. 5, 6. Breathe. On the exhalation, you should feel your body dropping, relaxing into it. Breathe. Big deep breath in. Blow it all out. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. You should be able to give it just a little bit deep in that stretch. Lean into it just a little bit more. 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Now when this video is done, I want you to do all of those again 3 times. So if we weren't doing the video, I would get you to do that one more time on this side, and then another time on that side, and then another time. So 3 times on each side is going to give you maximum benefit to your stretching. Okay? And then we can go back. This is another video I did, the all-in-one stretch. It's just simple. All we're doing is toes up to the sky. So now we're gonna give that whole area that we stretched, give it another general stretch. So we're just touching our toes. And again, it's about jackknifing. So my back is flat here. I'm holding myself and I'm leaning my chest towards my toes, and your hands are hooked over your feet, okay? Over your feet like this, okay? And we're gonna use our hands and our feet to pull. We're using our arms to pull us so that everything else is relaxed. Your elbows are bent. It's like you're using your biceps. So use your biceps, bend your elbows, and pull yourself forward. You're getting in the hammies there. You should feel it right at the sit bone, right where that bone that you sit on, that pokey bone in your bum. You should feel it right there in the hamstrings. If you're super tight, you're gonna feel it in your calves, in your hams, all the way along this whole line, okay? So we'll hold that for 30. We've already been there, 10 maybe. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Take a deep breath and lean into it. Drop into it. At this point, you can drop your head because your body, this torso should be like giving a little bit. So you can drop your head. And 27, 28, 29, 30. And then again, coming up nice and slowly, shake out your legs as you do that. And breathe. And then the last one to finalize this hip stretching is the straddle. So we're going to spread as far as you can. If you can only go to here, that's fine. But what you can do is, I always just bump my bum up. And then you can lean into this one. If you don't have much flexibility, you can use some pillows, because it's about relaxing all other body parts. Stretching is about relaxing everything else except for the area that we're stretching, so that it's isolated, so that we're just stretching that. So you want to relax onto something. So lean onto your pillows. And again, you're wanting to lead with your chest. Your chin is up, and lean. Use your elbows to lean on the pillows. If you don't need them, then lean on the floor. You can use something like this to lean on your feet. Let your head drop, and then you really like keep on relaxing this top area so that you're really deepening the stretch. The more you can relax other parts of your body, the more you're going to let the stretch take effect in the isolated area. So we're stretching at the front of the hip now, so that we get the front, the back, all around that whole hip joint. And then nobody's going to need hip replacements anymore, this common thing. Okay, so I don't know what, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Breathe. With every exhalation, you're sinking into the stretch. And keep your mind, when you do this, when you're not listening to me, when you're doing this on your own, keep your mind, your attention in that joint with those muscles. Stay with them. Give them the attention they've been asking for, the soothing, comforting, self-care attention, the love that they've been asking for. That's why they've tightened, because we haven't been loving them. So they're having a little temper tantrum. They want your attention. They're children. These muscles in your body are your children. So take care of them. I don't know what, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. And again, so we come up, and then this one you want to bounce your legs slowly back together. There you go. That's the hips. One last one too. This one. Oh yeah, that's a good one. Okay, so your feet together, and then you're going to use your feet. So you're going to grab onto your feet, and again, you're using the biceps, like we use the biceps to pull ourselves like this one. So you're using the biceps, and you're keeping that jackknife between your hips, right? Between your hips and your legs, right? The jackknife. We're not rolling into it. We're keeping our lower back tucked in. And pull yourself forward. That's a good finale. So you can do that one for 30 seconds too, to finish it off. And then when you're getting up, like again, get up nice and gentle. You've just stretched everything out. So nice and slowly as you get up and come back, and let every piece of your body recalibrate with the new stretch that you're feeling in your hips, or that we've just activated in your hips, or just accessed in your hips, the new flexibility, the new stretch to the muscle that we've just accessed. That was always there, but that got conditioned to be short. Like I was saying, when you sit, right, it gets conditioned to be short. So we want to get it all open. Okay, so there's your hip stretch. I hope you liked it. Please give me a thumbs up. Let me know this helped you. You can always leave a comment and ask me for this video was inspired by one of my clients today. She needed some stretching, and so I said, I'll do you a video. So put it in a comment. Let me know what you want to see. And Lisa T will show up for you, helping you out. Let me know what you want to see with Lisa T. Yeah, thanks for watching, everybody. I appreciate you all. Thanks to everybody who's subscribed to my channel. It makes me feel so happy and grateful that I can be of service and be of help. So thanks for watching. Have a great day. Go on loving yourself and caring for yourself.